Welcome to Newsdesk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1. That is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Oyo State Governor, Ibikule Amosu. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James. Many thanks for joining us. Quickly a look at the news making the rounds for today. APC Edo set for showdown as governorship primary holds today. AU sanctions South Sudan over $9 million membership debt. London City Airport reopens as UK restarts economy. Fuel marketers' profits drop to 3.58 billion naira. Two suffer 1.57 billion naira loss. Real Madrid go top after beating Real Sociedad 2-1. Do well to stay with us as we bring you the news in full after this break. Welcome back, and now the news in full. APC at those set for showdown as governorship primary holds today. The All Progressives Congress and the Governor Godwin Obaseki administration in Edo State are set for a showdown over the APC primary election holding today in the 192 wards of the state. The Edo State APC Governorship Election Committee, headed by the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma, which released guidelines for the party primary election, insisted that the exercise would hold in all the 192 wards in the state. But the state government said in compliance with its COVID-19 law, the APC must apply for a waiver before organizing a political gathering in any part of the state. It alleged that the APC had imported thugs into the state with the aim of causing destruction of lives and property. The state government had on May 28 gazetted regulations aimed at preventing the spread of infectious diseases, including COVID-19. Obaseki's special advisor on media, Mr. CRUSADES, explained the law, said any part that wanted to organize a gathering must apply for a waiver from the state government and that such must be held in one location. Moving forward, Lagos discharges 45 COVID-19 patients. The Lagos state government has discharged 45 COVID-19 patients after they tested negative to the virus. This was made known via the Lagos State Ministry of Health official Twitter handle. The ministry said the discharged patients include 18 females and 27 males. 45 fully recovered COVID-19 Lagos patients, 18 females and 27 males were discharged from isolation facilities to reunite with the society, the statement noted. It further explained that 20 of the patients were discharged from the Bagada Isolation Center, 9 from Onika, 2 from Mainland Infectious Disease Hospital, 1 from Agidingbi, 1 from Lekki, and 12 from the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. With this, the number of COVID-19 cases successfully managed and discharged in Lagos has risen to 1,328, the ministry said, urging Lagosians to keep doing their part to reduce the spread of COVID-19. In another story, CAN sees worshippers comply as Oyo churches reopen. Churches across Oyo State held services on Sunday after a 3-month ban on religious gatherings by the government in the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak in the country. The state government had in March placed the ban on worship centers in keeping with the physical distancing order as part of measures to curb the spread of the disease. Following the lifting of the ban on worship centers in the state, churches and mosques have reopened. In keeping with the directives by the state government, the population of worshippers were kept low and the worshippers were seen wearing face masks during church service. The chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria in Oyo State, Apostle Joshua Akiyemiju, said they ensure the churches in the state observed all measures and guidelines given by the state government in an effort to prevent the spread of the virus. And coming from around Africa, AU sanctioned South Sudan over $9 million membership debt. The African Union has suspended South Sudan from the continental body over failure to honor its financial obligations over the past 3 years. A letter from the country's mission in Ethiopia to the Foreign Affairs Ministry confirmed the development, saying the amount in question came up to over $9 million. In clarifying the extent of the suspension, Hakeem Edward, Deputy Foreign Affairs spokesperson, said Juba's AU membership attained in July 2011 remained intact except that the country cannot participate in AU meetings. Local news outlet iRadio also reported that South Sudan has a lot of unpaid arrears to regional, international and global bodies it subscribes to. The country is also yet to clear its arrears to the East African community, to which it owes about $24 million. South Sudan, which seceded from Sudan on 9 July 2011, joined the African Union on 27 July 2011, becoming the 54th member. A year ago, the AU's Peace and Security Council voted to suspend neighboring Sudan from all AU activities until a civilian government has been formed. The decision followed violent military action against pro-democracy activists who helped topple the government of Omar al-Bashir. The council made the announcement after a meeting in Addis Ababa of the member states of the pan-continental body. The country's membership was restored after the ruling military council and opposition groups agreed to share power in a transition to democracy. And now, still from around Africa, Malawians head to polls for May 2019 poll rerun. Malawians head to the polls on Tuesday for a rerun of the May 2019 presidential election annulled by the courts over massive fraud. 65-year-old former evangelical pastor and leader of the Malawi Congress Party, Lazarus Chakwera, is convinced that this time his time has come. For this new attempt, he has secured the support of Vice President Saulos Chilima, who is not contesting. Since the beginning of the era of democracy, his party has systematically lost all national elections. Peter Mutharika, the outgoing president and leader of the Democratic Progressive Party, has yet to make a statement. His first 5 years at the helm of affairs have also been marred by food and electricity shortages, a growing debt, and a sharp decline in economic growth. The cancellation of Malawi's 2019 presidential election due to fraud has plunged the country into a political crisis marked by protest, often fraught with violence. Right now, we would be taking a quick break, and when we return, we shall be looking at other updates, but this time around from the United Kingdom. We'll be right back. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth. From a vision we began a mission. Now we're here. A long journey with a beautiful now. Touching lives, blessing homes, bringing the best of entertainment and reaching the ends of the earth by revealing Jesus and releasing destinies. It's been 7 years of God's perfection. Celebration TV at 7. Happy anniversary.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring the details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. And Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Welcome back. London City Airport reopens as UK restarts economy. London City Airport received its first commercial flight in nearly 3 months as Britain moved another step closer to fully emerging from its coronavirus lockdown on July 4th. The gateway to the once bustling Canary Wharf and City Financial Districts welcomed a short flight from the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea. The small turboprop plane's landing and quick departure for its return leg was the only one scheduled, but officials could hardly sound more pleased. Initial routes will be domestic because of international travel restrictions, and only a handful of destinations will be served in the first weeks. London businesses are also unhappy with the government's divisive decision to impose 14-day quarantines on most people arriving in Britain. Both Blanket Foreign Office advised not to travel abroad, and the mandatory 2-week quarantine for all arrivals into the UK should be limited to the highest risk countries, the London First Business Lobby said on the airport's website. And more updates from the United States of America, who could be Joe Biden's vice presidential candidate. During the final Democratic primary debate in March, Joe Biden pledged that if he were to win the party's presidential nomination, he would choose a woman as his vice presidential candidate. A lot has happened since then, not the least of which is Biden securing the required Democratic Convention delegates to become his party's presumptive nominee. Even before that point, however, speculation swirled around a dozen or so contenders to the Biden's running mate. Buzz around the various candidates has risen and fallen as the nation has been buffeted by a viral pandemic, economic disruption and mass protest and racial tension. If the former vice president follows through with his pledge, it will mark only the 3rd time a major party has selected a woman for the number 2 spot 4 years after Hillary Clinton became the first woman to be a presidential nominee. The move will suggest that the Democrats are looking to secure the advantage they have among female voters, according to polls, and perhaps insulate Biden from allegations that he engaged in unwanted physical contact with women. Biden has said he will announce his choice in early August. In the meantime, the current top contenders are Kamala Harris, Gretchen Whitmer, Tammy Duckworth, Elizabeth Warren, Tammy Baldwin, Kristen Sinema, Val Demings, Michelle Lujan Grisham, Stacey Abrams, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Susan Rice, and Michelle Obama. And now to business. Film marketers' profits dropped to 3.58 billion naira to suffer 1.57 billion naira loss. 3 of the 7 oil marketing firms listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange posted a total loss of 1.57 billion naira in the 3 months ended March 31st, 2020, while 2 saw their profits fall by 3.58 billion naira. MRS Oil Nigeria PLC reported the biggest loss in the quarter under review as its loss rose by 45.21% to 1.06 billion naira from 730.64 million naira in the same period a year ago. Its quarterly revenue rose year-on-year to 17.87 billion naira from 13.51 billion naira, according to its unaudited financial statements obtained from the NSE. Total Nigeria PLC, a subsidiary of French oil major Total, posted a loss of 163.22 million naira for the quarter ended March 31st, 2020, down from the 474.09 million naira loss recorded in the same period a year ago. Its unaudited financial statements show that its revenue dropped to 70.24 billion naira in the period under review from 77.42 billion naira in the same period in 2019. Total is the only international oil company still operating in the downstream sector of the Nigerian oil and gas industry. INT'L PLC made a loss of 265.89 million naira in the first quarter for 2020 compared to a profit of 530.09 million naira. Now this is recorded in the same period last year. The firm's revenue plunged to 17.49 billion naira in the period under review from 60.47 billion naira in the first quarter in 2019. Now still on business, discourse blamed federal government for low customer metering. Power distribution companies blame the high import duty on meters imposed by the federal government for the low metering of power users across the country. According to the discourse, the high import duty on meters was among the hurdles slowing their metering target under the Meter Asset Providers Regulation. They disclosed this in a statement issued by their umbrella body, the Association of Nigerian Electricity Distributors in Abuja. The discourse urged the federal government to intervene by reducing the cost of duty on imported meters, as this would enable faster metering of power users and end the estimated billing regime. Right now we'll be taking a quick break, and when we return it will be news from the world of sports. Do well to stay with us. Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
From a vision we began a mission. Now we here. A long journey with a beautiful now, touching lives, blessing homes, bringing the best of entertainment and reaching the ends of the earth by revealing Jesus and releasing destinies. It's been 7 years of God's perfection. Celebration TV at 7. Happy anniversary.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT+1, that is 11 a.m. GMT+1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Welcome back. From the world of sports, Real Madrid go top after beating Real Sociedad 2-1. Real Madrid knocked Barcelona off the top of La Liga by beating Real Sociedad 2-1 as Sergio Ramos rode in another penalty before being forced off due to injury. Karim Benzema continued his excellent form by adding a second, and while Mikel Merino gave Real Sociedad hope with 7 minutes left, Madrid held on to go above Barca on head-to-head. Real Sociedad were contenders for the top four before the 3-month suspension, but a draw and 2 defeats since the restart leaves them 6th, 5 points adrift. Ramos scored his 20th consecutive spot kick in the 50th minute to become La Liga's highest ever scoring defender on 68 goals, overtaking Ronald Koeman on the all-time list. It was Barca's failure to score at Sevilla that presented the opportunity to Madrid, whose victory in one of their toughest fixtures left has shifted the title race back in their favor. In another sports news, Liverpool's title match delayed by Everton draw. Jurgen Klopp's side picked up following the top flight resumption, needing 2 wins to secure their first English title for 30 years. But Liverpool looked rusty in their first game in 106 days following the coronavirus lockdown. Despite their underwhelming display at Goodison Park, Liverpool are now 23 points ahead of second-placed Manchester City. If City drop points at home to Burnley today, then Liverpool can clinch the title against Crystal Palace at Anfield on Wednesday. A City victory will delay Liverpool's coronation until at least their clash with Pep Guardiola's team at the Etihad Stadium on July 2nd. Liverpool have won just 2 of their last 7 games in all competitions. Red star Mohamed Salah was left on the bench due to fitness concern, while Andrew Robertson was also sidelined, and they were not at their best as a result. And that's the size of the news for today from Celebration Television News Desk. But just in case you missed out, here is a recap of the headlines. APC, Edo set for showdown as governorship primary holds today. AU sanctions South Sudan over $9 million membership debt. London City Airport reopens as UK restarts economy. Fuel marketers' profits drop to 3.58 billion naira to suffer 1.57 billion naira loss. Real Madrid go top after beating Real Sociedad 2-1. And now to the photo of the day. You will never influence the world by trying to be like it. Of course, if you really do intend to bring about a difference in the world, then you must be ready to try different approaches to existing situations. Because being regular does not bring about a difference, but only being different rather brings about a new turn of events. So, indeed, you will never influence the world by trying to be like it, but you would by trying to be different. So we want to also hear your thoughts on the photo of the day. Do well to follow us up and drop your thoughts, drop your comments through our social media platforms. On Facebook, Celebration TV; on Instagram, My Celebration TV; on Twitter, @My Celebration TV; and on YouTube, Celebration TV. Now remember that the continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all. No matter the office you hold, as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or as a person pursuing a passion, you have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. So play your part and do it with all diligence. I am Comfort James. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful week ahead.
14.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Oyo State Governor, Ibikule Amosu.